All right, it's playoff eve. Playoffs start tomorrow. Pete and I were going to break down a little TOC for you today. We got I just like so many contests right now to figure out what the hell we're doing. We've got best ball, we've got legacy. Pete, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm doing good. It is overwhelming at this point of the week because it's like got to get all my TOC stuff, the playoff best ball, the OG playoff contest. I gotta keep maxing out the underdog gauntlet. I need to start thinking about the showdown slates for tomorrow. We got our FFPC lineups we got to get in. I just am like stimulus action overload right now.
It didn't really dawn on me until I think I was opening up a TOC best ball pack today, and I saw something that was like lineups lock, and it was in like 24 hours. I was like, oh my god, I got to get these things in. There's a lot to do. So
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm ready. And Luke here says sit down in his minting chair and mint. That's right. I think we gotta do some minting today. No more saving for later. It's time to get these bad boys minted.
I think that the TOC, you know how, you win something, you get a trophy or championship belt. I think you should win a minting chair if you
What?
take this down. It's just like a legit like OTM branded lazy boy or something like that. This is where I mint.
There we go. The when merch for TOC is when chair.
I will say they had down at the live final in Miami. I actually meant to grab one. They had these pillows and blankets with the TOC on them, and I meant to snag a blanket because in the winter here I like to throw a blanket on while we're streaming.
It gets cold. Justice is noted. I also huge shout out to Overzet for the thumbnail update. I appreciate that.
Do people know the backstory with that?
Fresh off the Boston Globe. That was an interview after I qualified for the World Series of Poker where they I don't want to say they tricked me, but it made it seem like they were excited to talk to me about qualifying for the World Series of Poker and cashing in it. But instead it was like how young people are getting addicted to online poker. And I was like the exception, not the rule. It was like two other dudes who had stolen from his parents, had like taken out fake loans, somebody robbed a bank. And then it was like, and me, student body president, who then got yelled at because that photo shoot happened on the college campus. This is great.
It would have been really funny if, because you look pretty happy in that photo above your laptop, but they were really trying to force the issue and like, can you look like you just got scammed out of a lot of money and just kind of do that face for us? And you're like, but I actually won. I'm happy.
It was good. Everything is fine. I also really I know I was in college, but looked 11 in that photo. Like I look really young.
Well, and people are so used to you with your stubble that
right.
when they see you without it, you do look like a baby.
Fresh-faced student body president Mike Zakarian in the Boston Globe. Anyways, enough about that. Pete, are you is it streaming on your channel?
Yeah,
just want to make sure. Okay,
we're good to go on my channel. If you're watching, we Mike and I ping pong back and forth. We are our base camp is Team Hold today, but also over on my YouTube as well.
Awesome. All right, so I guess to get started, I think what we'll do is we'll maybe talk best ball a little bit because we can still get packs. We should also, and I'll share screen so everybody can see this here. I want to shout out the TOC crew a little bit because they guaranteed a 50K prize pool. And then as you can see, if you go to checkout pack here, does it still say it anymore? Where is it? I thought it still said it. Or maybe it's under my packs that I can see it. Anyways, we're up over, there we go. Yeah. 5,300 packs have been sold. We have a 100K prize pool right now with still a day to go, which is pretty nuts.
It is. Yeah. Blew right past that. It's pretty sweet. And I could definitely tell too, I don't know, in the Deposit Kingdom Discord, people are definitely addicted to ripping these packs. And it is that thing where you're just chasing that perfect pack. And you get so close. Like I have some pretty nice packs I'm excited about that I've minted, but like I still haven't gotten a Cincy QB, Cincy wide receiver combo, and I just keep firing stubbornly until I get that.
Well, today it happened, and I'm ready to, like, if the OTM guy, the TOC guys want to send me the prize pool now, because I think this ships it right here.
Let's check this out. So we have the 3 Green Bay best cards, QB, wide receiver, running back. You have KC QB, KC tight end, KC DST. I think if I'm going to nitpick, ideally you'd also have KC wide receiver, but you can't have it all.
Yeah, I can't.
You have Dallas QB, Dallas tight end, Tampa Bay running back, Tennessee wide receiver, Arizona running back, San Francisco wide receiver. Yeah. I mean, this is pretty close to a nut pack. Like, obviously, you'd ideally flip, like Tennessee wide receiver to KC wide receiver, and then like Arizona running back to Tennessee running back but I mean, this is just my jealousy coming through and trying to nitpick your nice pack.
Well, let me ask you this. I opened this morning on the morning marketplace, and there was a little dissension amongst the ranks here where they were saying I should be throwing or rolling the Tampa Bay DST over the Tennessee wide receiver. That was the last one that I rolled out there.
So I've been thinking about the DST stuff a good bit. And, one thing that's really hard is even looking at the projections. So just to give you guys an idea, I took Leone's projections from ETR for the full playoff slate. And basically it's just looking at your typical kind of like efficiency, points per game stuff, and then adding a multiplier based on expected games. That's kind of how you get playoff projections. And so to just give you kind of a baseline on these, and I will say he didn't have standard scoring. So these are 0.5 PPR. So they might be inflated a little bit, but still like QB top 64 points, KC QB, running back, KC running back 64. So QB and running back projecting similar. Wide receiver is where they really separate. Buffalo wide receiver almost to 100. That'll be a little less for standard. Tampa Bay tight end 51. And then KC defense, the optimal defense, 20 points.
Wow.
So 20. So we're talking like even over a half less than the tight end. So this was a roundabout way of coming to, I have no problem using one DST. I mean, you're really just hoping to get like 2 games and a couple touchdowns from your DST. And so I'm okay breaking ties away from using 2 defenses if you really have some other good cards that you can use.
Yeah, the reason I lean that way too is that when you look at this lineup, it's mostly NFC except for the 3 KC plays. And that's why I was like, I think I want one more AFC play in here. And by throwing in the Tennessee wide receiver, maybe we go there and they get 2 games out of Tennessee wide receiver. I think that would be enough compared to getting 2 or 3 games out of the Tampa Bay DST.
And I also just think, I'm guessing just naturally, I think people feel more comfortable having at least 2 of each position, especially if you have Green Bay, who's not playing in round 1, or sorry, you do have KC DST playing in round 1. But I think if people have a Green Bay DST, they're probably going to want to use it with another DST just to make sure they do have some coverage there. But I don't mind pushing to the extremes with both tight end and defense and only rolling out 1. And because just looking at the projections with how much wide receivers separate, like I basically want to be jamming as many wide receivers into these as I can.
Well, and I agree with that too. And like Ryan's saying, like, and he's right. There's so much variance in DST. You could get 20 or 0 and totally. But like in this lineup, if my KC DST gets 0 1 week, I'm probably screwed anyways, because it's probably bad for, well, I guess maybe it's not bad for the KC quarterback, KC tight end, but in this type of construction, I'm like, KC's going to the Super Bowl. If KC doesn't go to the Super Bowl, I'm not winning anyways. And so that means I'm getting 4 games out of both the all of the quarterback, tight end, and DST. So, and maybe it hurts me the first week, sure. But I think, and like lapping the field towards the end of having like a shot at Tennessee wide receiver versus 1 or 2 games of Tampa Bay DST.
Yeah, it's funny going from doing a bunch of the underdog best balls where it's almost the opposite, right? Where you can like go out of your way to nail your team correlations. Like, sure, you might be sacrificing projected points, but if you want to onslaught the Bills, like knock yourself out. Emmanuel Sanders is free. Zach Moss is free. Isaiah McKenzie is free. You can do that. Here, it's almost like a brain warp because it's like you just have to make do with whatever you're given. And so the one thing I'm trying to force myself is, again, what we're all trying to do is balance the correlation and the projected points. And so with those points that have more, or the positions that have more variance, like tight end, like defense, I want to correlate those generally with my quarterback or the teams I'm making a bet on going all the way, because you're going to get there by just raw points over a set amount of games. And then when I'm willing to throw out correlation out of the window is with the wide receiver position. So like a good example would be Pittsburgh wide receiver. No one wants to play them. Everyone thinks they're, and probably rightfully so, they're going to be one and done. But like I'm playing my Pittsburgh wide receiver almost every time in these builds, just because I do think there's scenarios where they score a ton of points and I just want those projected points in my lineup where you could have one bit, if that game shoots out, say it's like the Pittsburgh Cleveland game from last year, like you could have your Pittsburgh wide receiver outscore your second defense over the course of 4 games with just one game.
Right.
And so that's how I'm been kind of thinking about that.
I like that. That's where my head is at too. And like, listen, this isn't optimal. There's no strategy behind this. It's just way more fun to roll out extra wide receivers than it is extra defenses. Like if I'm going to do it, that's what I'm doing. Also, Lou's comment from the other day is going to go into the Hall of Fame, by the way. I'm still laughing at that. He says, I have another 5 to build. But that comment of like just KYC'd and bought a 25 pack, like that was an option.
The message was, I know Lou's been playing TOC all year, but it came across as if like, oh, I'm going to check out TOC. Just max bought 25 packs like 4 seconds later.
Oh man.
Can I do, so I had done a giveaway on Twitter here. I'll share my screen. I opened a pack and this was to get a free pack, compliments of TOC here. And so I had opened this pack, but I had not set the lineup. And I went to Twitter and I said, whoever sets this lineup for me, and I like their angles the best, I will use their lineup ideas, and then they will get a free pack. So Chris Carlton here ended up being the winner, partly just for the effort that he showed here. So over Zet's overview, we have the must play in blue here. We even have his own Excel chart. He says AFC scenario, this lineup is playing for a Cincy versus KC AFC championship game where Cincy advances to the Super Bowl. Najee gets it done in the wild card and is your RB score that week. So he has me going Cincy QB.
Can I ask, is this Corain's burner account? Because we've got a story and a color-coded spreadsheet. I don't know.
I absolutely love when we get nerdy in the spreadsheets here. And where's my Pittsburgh RB? So he says this. Then he says here, in this scenario, Cincy over LV, KC over Pitt, Buffalo over New England, which sends Cincinnati to Tennessee, where AJ Brown puts up big numbers trying to keep pace with Burrow. So now we're going to toss in KC tight end and Tennessee wide receiver. We go back here and we say NFC, we're rooting for San Francisco versus Arizona NFC championship game where San Francisco goes to the Super Bowl. Both stacks give you outs in a Super Bowl, but San Francisco higher ceiling. Really, you got to pray for Lance and get those sweet, sweet Konami points. I'll tell you what, Mike, you do not have to tell me to pray for Lance. I literally pray for Lance every night before I go to bed. So this is 3. We're going to roll out all of our San Francisco here. San Francisco QB. As I'm doing this, Mike, do you have OCD with how you fill this in? Like, do you try to get your stacks? Because I've tried to do positionally, I've tried team, and my OCD keeps shifting on this.
I think it's more because I'm an idiot. Like I have a tough time reading the lineup if it's not lined up like that. So that, sorry, I just saw Andrew's comment. Best way, play them all, Andrew. Play them all.
Play the best plays. Let's see here. To wrap up, obviously need Dallas wide receiver to get a wide receiver score wild card round. Ideally, San Francisco gets up early on Dallas, putting them in comeback mode. Stacking Arizona makes sense given the 3 cards and a scenario where they get most production from running back tight end seems likely. I mean, this tells a beautiful story, Mike.
It made sense. There's no, as a script writer myself, there was a first, second, and third act, an A story and a B story. I mean, this looks good.
There you go. I need to connect to Polygon here, which I will do in a sec. But Chris Carlton, congratulations. DM me. I believe, what do they need? Do they need Discord name or TOC username? DM me both.
Yeah, just Discord name and then probably email connected to it.
All right, I am going. I just realized I'm sharing my screen as I send a message.
This is good. I think they did Twitter extraordinaire Peter Overs that we're getting this is how the sausage gets made.
This is how the sausage gets made. But thank you, Chris Carlton, for your thoughtful storytelling and doing work for me, so I didn't have to use mental brain power to set that lineup.
So what do you say we each open one here? Open one because I have to get through these by the end of the day. So let's open one, and then that way the people, if you haven't signed up yet and want an opportunity You can see what it looks like and see what the process is, and we'll go from there. And then we can talk about the other contests as well as we get closer.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, let me go to my unopened. I'll go first since my screen is already here. I don't think I've had a KC QB wide receiver pairing yet. I don't know if I've seen the KC wide receiver. That is the thing I'm hoping for the most here.
Yeah. That KC QB wide receiver tight end trio. Has anyone gotten that yet? Let me know so I can be jealous.
Not that I've seen. All right, here we go.
Are we bumping music, Mike? No, you're in browser mode. I thought you were a content creator, man.
Unbelievable.
Jeez.
I know, guys.
They're not going to invite you to speak at the StreamYard Summit. That's why I'm headlining, because I know how to.
Listen, they don't want me at the StreamYard Summit. All right, I'll share my thoughts. Oh, now I shared the wrong freaking thing. See, this is
doxed. Favorite team, New England. No shit. We saw you buy three New England running backs at the top of the market.
All right, I've got too many things open here. Here we go. We're back. Pack number 350. I think this is going to be good numerology right here, right?
I would think so.
All right, let's do it. Arizona quarterback. I do think I don't want to get too tinfoil hat here. I think they've set it up so your first two pulls are quarterbacks every time.
Hey, God, I have to ask a question.
Yeah.
I won't indulge conspiracy theories like this that question the integrity of the TOC team. Have you been, when you've been opening your packs, have you been going one by one, or are you revealing all?
I have yet to reveal all.
What? I've been revealing all.
I have yet to reveal all. Mainly because we've done nothing but shame Dustin because he likes to reveal all his Top Shot packs, and it's like, what are we doing here? You know.
The problem is, Mike, but when you have like 20 packs, like, time starts to become of the essence here. But I like for the show. I mean, we definitely got to go one by one. But yeah. I just love that you're up till 4 a.m. going one at a time.
I will say, with like 20 or so to go, I do have to start revealing all for sure. I have to. Wait, hold on. You want to answer that question while I keep ripping these?
Andrew asked, do the lineups stay NFTs after the contest for sale? I assume yes, but it may be worth it to put all 11 DSTs in for the rarity and sell as a TOC rare in the future. I would assume, I don't know why the marketplace would close down. I'm sure someone from TOC can answer that for me. But yes, I do think if you don't think you are live to win, going the bit equity route for your lineup is probably the way to go.
Well, Pete, when I win this, would you buy mine after the fact? Like, after I've already collected, like, how much is my NFT lineup of the first ever Best Ball TOC championship worth to you?
Yeah, that's like asking me, like, would I want, Patrick Mahomes' jock strap after he wins the Super Bowl? I mean, I guess it's a historical artifact, but do I really want someone else's jock strap? I'm going to be good, Mike. You can keep that.
I don't know. Just think about it. All right. I don't know if we have a single stacking thing yet. Like, this is a hodgepodge of just all good plays. Like, look at this. Ready? Buffalo quarterback, KC quarterback, Arizona quarterback.
Now we need some stacks.
We need some wide.
All right, now
Tampa Bay quarterback would be nice.
Man, you're dancing around these stacks. This might just have to be an uncorrelated play the best plays lineup.
I think it is. Come on. One time. All right, we get the pit stack, baby. Tennessee DST.
Let's build this. And real quick, a couple updates on things that occurred during that. So first of all, Wow Lucky does confirm for us here that it isn't a conspiracy. The first 10 cards fill out the lineup 2x each position. So that's by design. And then Justin, referring to the marketplace, he says they are NFT collectibles in yours forever. Marketplace will probably stay live, but if not, they will be available to buy, sell on OpenSea. So you own these NFTs forever until someone right-clicks save as your 11 DST lineup, in which case then anyone has it.
I need to be able to like name my lineups as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I mint this NFT, I want this to be like the Zakarian defensive specialist NFT or whatever. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I mean, that I'm sure. I mean, TOC has been very good about rolling out these new features. Underdog this year rolled out the ability to name your teams. I actually got overwhelmed with that and just gave up
Yeah.
in naming them because I did too many. But it would be nice to have your OCD indulge with a naming convention here.
Exactly. I haven't done this yet, but after you talking about it, I think we have to, right? Like we have to roll this out here.
Well, let's see. I mean, the one thing too is I would also be willing. You're going to be able to capture so many of the points with just running back and wide receiver that I probably, unless you do want to play that as an upset, but because you have KC, it's like I'd rather play those guys as like the bring back with your KC stack.
Yeah, that is a smarter way to do it. But like this really is a hodgepodge now. Like I think we just throw in like Buffalo.
Buffalo QB and DST, I would definitely use. I would definitely use Tampa Bay wide receiver and Tampa Bay tight end.
Green Bay wide receiver.
Green Bay wide receiver. I'd use Dallas wide receiver, Dallas tight end. And then, I mean, you're not going to play any Rams, so I think it's fine to use the Arizona QB too as your third QB.
Oh, that's right.
And then, I mean, what do we have? Oh, Cincy wide receiver for sure. Jam.
Oh, I thought I'd already put that in there.
The only other kind of decision would be I'd probably get rid of Pitt RB. And now I'm thinking you could get rid of Arizona QB and do LAR QB, LAR tight end as a stack.
Like that. So now we've rolled out 1, 2, 3. Oh, 3 quarterbacks. I thought I had 4.
No. Oh, we need a running back. That's why. So now we're back to business here.
What if we just did?
I think you could go back to what you had it. Get rid of LAR QB for Arizona. It's not like Rams tight end is worth enough to force that.
There you go. This is all upside.
Now, this is one of the things that stink with this pack is just your running back options.
Mm-hmm.
Another consideration would be to use Las Vegas running back. And then you at least, because you're basically, there's no way Pittsburgh RB likely advances. But if you play Cincy LV as a shootout, and then you get another second round of Las Vegas running back, because otherwise you're not going to be getting any other points at running back throughout the playoffs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Oh, sorry. No, we're idiots. You have Tennessee running back. I completely didn't see that.
Here we go.
There you go. That's much better. But hang on. Now I want to finagle more because I think you should include Tennessee DST with Tennessee running back because you want to play that. I'd get rid of Buffalo DST. It's tough because you want to play. This might actually be a lineup to use 2 DSTs if you want to then be live for like a Buffalo or Tennessee Super Bowl.
So would you take out the Dallas tight end and then throw in the Buffalo DST?
I think so.
There you go. You know who's happy right now?
Yeah.
Ryan Zach's happy. We use 2 defenses.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is how most of the lineup builds come, where I feel like the first, 9 or 10 that you put in are fairly obvious. And then there's just some 2v2s at the end that are a little tricky.
Yeah. That's where the work comes in. All right. We're minting. This is live. All right, I don't feel as good about that one as I did the last one I showed you guys.
I have another one in mind. You want me to open and mint here?
Yep, definitely. All right, there. I do like that let me show this too, but while you're pulling up screen. I do like that they're, especially if you're buying too many packs, like that they have these tabs of unopened, minted, unopened, open, minted, and then things that you might have listed on the marketplace. So I like being able to keep track of it here.
Yeah.
So we got a ways to go. All right, Pete, your turn.
Let's see here. All right. Oh no. I finally ran into a Matic issue.
What happened?
I don't have enough Matic.
Have you been out there grinding the Matic streets? You've been out on Polygon just
I wasn't. Why? No, I should have enough. 0.3652. What's going on here? Yeah, this one is asking for 0.62 Matic. Goodness. Justin, will you send me Matic?
It's the only reason we went live today. Pete actually messaged me this morning being like, dude, I'm out on I need Matic.
I need it bad. I'm out on Matic, Davis Matic, and Matic.
Oh, I can't believe they haven't done a crossover yet.
I know. He should really adopt that as his crypto of choice.
Yeah, he's gonna quit tweeting about Bitcoin.
While I am waiting on finding some Matic here, you want to talk about the legacy contest a bit?
Didn't mean to do that. Yeah.
Wow, I was like, Mike
yeah.
wants me to do the rest of the show by myself.
Talk about it, dude, or what? Yeah. So that is, let's see, is that live right now, or we're close to being live? I'll show people where it is so you can at least see it. So under season 1, if we pull my screen back up and we go under season 1 and contest, you're going to see the playoff party. The contest is, I think it's going to be loaded soon, but
no, try now because it says,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
No dice. So I know that this just went up today, so I'm sure they're still tweaking some stuff, but this is, similar to what we saw in the online final and the live final as well. What I love right here is this like payout structure is pretty great. So we're seeing 20K for first, 10K for second, 75, 5, 2, 5, and then all the way. So the top 300 are going to get paid. I can't do the math of how many people will have. I mean, I imagine it's pretty similar to what we saw with the normal week-to-week contest, right?
Yeah,
because you get 3 entries, so you get 3 different opportunities. Although I don't know, maybe it won't be as many, because the difference here is, right, instead of just building, a quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and defense, you're now rolling out 2 sets of that along with the flex. So each lineup is going to be 11 cards deep. So it's stretching you a little bit thin. You got to do a little bit of projecting of like how you think the playoffs are going to play off, but I'm really excited about this one. This is taking a lot of brain power.
Yeah, I know. It was fun. I mean, the minting in the pack one is so fun. Playing the pack lotto, but this one is where you can really get your kind of game theory brain on with the optimal way to play this contest. And I think what's nice too is with a lot of this stuff, and I guess this dynamic was similar through the regular season, where you might say like, oh, well, the Whales have all the cards. They can just jam, the best plays. You do Buffalo wide receiver, LA wide receiver. Oh, throw Cincy wide receiver in the flex. But the way this contest is structured, with it going for the entire playoffs, like being right on your scenarios and how you predict things to go, and that kind of team level correlation, I think will ultimately trump, just jamming in the highest projected plays.
Yeah.
And so that's where I think it's really fun, where, if you don't have like all the, best cards, I think you can really lean into, you want to play San Francisco to the Super Bowl, which is it likely? Probably not, but if it does happen, that's a pretty cheap way to onslaught a team, and then you can mix and match and stuff. So yeah, there's so much fun strategy here, but I think my biggest takeaway from starting to build is just making sure your scenarios check out.
Yeah.
And in my builds, I haven't played any games really as a shootout. I guess I was messing with a Cincinnati wide receiver, Las Vegas tight end, but for the most part, I'm not really playing any teams against each other in these lineups.
Yeah, and I think like with allowing the flex to be weird, if you need it to be, right, like where that you can take your like high upside shot there. But I'm with you. I think one other thing too that was pretty interesting about this is similar to Top Shot almost, where the marketplace spiked like a week or two ago in preparation for the playoffs. Like everybody seemed to be like, oh, this contest was announced. Everything kind of shot up. And then I think like people were like, okay, I'm priced out of everything. We're seeing it. I think everybody already like packed their bags and are ready to go. So you can find like a couple of decent deals still out there if you're trying to build your lineup. Like if you think Las Vegas has a shot at beating the Bengals and then beating the Titans, now all of a sudden the Raiders are playing 3 games. Last I checked, like the Raiders quarterback was like $7. And I know that's not like a likely scenario, but I think a lot of people thought the marketplace was like, okay, everything's appropriately priced, but I think you can still find some options out there.
Yeah. And I mean, like a really good example, I had bet I'd been wanting a KC running back. I didn't have one throughout the year. And I want to say before like the live final, even there was only 3 or 4 listed. I want to say the cheapest one was like $100. And I was like, I think I'm priced out of this, but I wanted one of these for my playoff. And I was able to scoop one for like $35 the other day. Low ass right now in Kansas City running back is $49. But if you're building lineups where you're playing a KC Super Bowl scenario, I really think you're going to want a KC running back in that lineup if you're playing KC to the Super Bowl. And so to me, that is one of the better values I saw out there.
One thing it took me a little bit to wrap my head around too is I'm so used to, listening to your stuff about FFPC and how the Super Bowl's worth double, right? And where in this contest, that's not the case. So like if you, there are instances where like if you think the Bengals is a bad example. I'm trying to think like that the Cowboys play 3 games and the Packers play 3 games. Like there's scenarios where the Cowboys could outscore the Packers, even if it's the Packers going to the Super Bowl, where it's not it's still, you still want to get like if the Chiefs are going to play 4 games or the Bills are going to play 4 games, but there are scenarios where I think a team that doesn't go to the Super, like if the Titans go to the Super Bowl, I don't know. I bet there's a team that plays 3 games that could outscore them,
Yeah. No, I can definitely see that. And that's to me where this gets really fun is, obviously with some of these teams, KC, Buffalo, Dallas, like there's not a ton of holes in those position groups, like you can make cases for all those guys, but then you start looking at, okay, what if I want to play a Tennessee Super Bowl or a New England Super Bowl? The opportunity cost of using, say, Tennessee tight end or even New England quarterback, that starts to kind of creep into my mind. And I start to wonder how can I mix and match logical playoff scenarios, Super Bowl scenarios, while still making sure I'm getting in the most possible points. And so that's really fun to see what kind of potential Super Bowl matchups can you get where the puzzle pieces come together really well. Like an interesting one, say you took Green Bay versus New England Super Bowl, and you were to use Green Bay QB, Green Bay wide receiver, but then you were going to use New England running back, New England DST, New England tight end. And then I don't care which one of the DSTs you use. I think both would work, but those puzzle pieces come together, right? You're playing to New England strengths, running back and tight end. You're playing to Green Bay strengths, Rodgers, Adams, and then just pick your defense. So those kind of puzzle pieces are really where I think it's fun to think through the scenarios.
And I'm so used to GPP brain too, and like finding ways to get different. It's hitting me right now. How many entries do you think we have in this? Right? Because if on a normal week, I don't know, what is it, like 1,500, 1,600 lineups? But that's people submitting 3 lineups, 5 cards each. And now you're needing 11. I don't know how many people are going to be able to roll out, what's that, 33 cards, all of players in the playoffs. So I feel like there might be like, I don't know. First always seems so far away, which I shouldn't say because of how close I came in the online final. But I feel like there's a real shot, like if you are of collecting this cash.
Yeah, I do. Like if I had to guess that we see a similar amount of lineups, but the question is the quality of those lineups, right? Where the quality, I think, just naturally has to go down. Even building my 3, like I feel like I have 2 really good ones, and then I have a third that's like a galaxy brain kind of one, because I'm not going to go spend $500 to build a third. And I'm guessing most people will kind of feel that way too.
Well, here's a hot take then. I wonder if the Raiders end up being chalkier than we think. Because if people are trying to fill in their lineups, they're like, okay, let me throw in a Raiders wide receiver here because it's pretty cheap. Or maybe this means we see less full stacking.
Right. Yeah. And that, again, I think that's the biggest decision point on this of correlation or maximizing points per game and trying to find that sweet spot. DJ Local says here, Kansas City tight end could outscore most tight ends, even if they get less games. Totally. Like KC could get upset in round 1 and Kelsey could go for 2 touchdowns and 100 yards and he could still be the optimal tight end.
Yeah.
like over the course of the playoffs because Tennessee makes the Super Bowl and, Ferkser is scoring 3 points a game. So that's the fun thing. I think I still, though, I want to be live for at least 2 games from most of mine, where I'm okay playing guys not making it to the Super Bowl to try to get in more projected points. But I still want two cracks at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Also, Patrick, can we stay focused, Patrick? Can we stay focused on what we're talking about here, man?
So 2 things. I am good to go now on Maddox, so I can do that. The other thing I can also do that I thought I could show people, I haven't done my burn yet.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So I could show people that as well here.
I'm gonna pull that up for you and then jump off for 2 seconds, Pete, because I'm hearing somebody.
Yeah, go for it
at the door. So here we go. Pull that up for you.
So I'm sure most of you guys have heard so far, but you can get a free one of these best ball packs with by burning one of your legacy cards here. So I was going to do that right now because I have not done that yet. So instead of using, your ETH or your balance, you can go to burn here. And something went wrong for me. Let's see here. Do I need to switch? Justin, let me know. Do I need to switch to Ethereum for this? We can try that. I am having trouble burning, but it is a possibility to burn for a free pack. I will try once more, and then I will trust that you'll have better luck on your own.
What, would you break it? I left for 2 seconds.
I broke it.
I burned mine today. It was great.
Did you? Yeah, I got were you on Ethereum or Polygon when you burned?
I think I was on Polygon, I think.
Okay. I'm going to try once more, and then otherwise I will. I have not burned, Lou. I would never burn and then try to burn again.
It's getting me excited for whatever they roll out for the second season, because I know this was like a little test run to check the burning out.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It is. It's and the kind of potential for burning. There's just so much fun stuff you can do with that. And even imagining like various scenarios where, what if there was a burn mechanism? What if someone cornered the market on a single card or position? And then for whatever reason, whether they were incentivized or thought it would be a good bit to like burn all the cards. And then it's just like, yeah, there's no more Kansas City tight ends in the contest because someone thought it'd be funny to buy.
I bought them all and burned most of them. Also, look at Stachunks getting pretty big brain here. He's like, what if I buy a cheap card and burn? There you go.
Now you've cracked it.
You've
cracked the system. All right, I'm going to try once more, and then otherwise I will just open my other pack that I have. How many packs have you bought of these?
Oh my god. Here we go. Let's see what while you're pulling that up. So we've got I'm glad it doesn't just tell me a number. Like I'm glad I have to scroll, but this is what's still hold on. This is what's unopened. So we still got I actually thought I had more to unopen there. Okay. This is what I've opened so far. We've minted a handful so far. So what's that? 5 and then 11. See, this I don't know. Probably like 22, 23, I think.
It's good. I mean, this feels like one of those things where Mike tells me like, yeah, I'll probably do 20 to 25. And then tomorrow morning I wake up to a G chat message from you. You're like, I just bought 25 more.
No, I can't buy my OTM balance is cramped out based on your suggestion. I took some money off after the online final, and then I saved some just to ball out. I'm done spending.
That's Mike says he's done, but he's never done.
No,
I know my all right. I have confirmation that Playoff Party is live.
Ooh, want me to join it?
Yeah, let's go. We can build a team here.
Ooh, am I gonna be the first one? Oh, look at that. Look at that image right there.
It's pretty nice. Party hat.
Let's register the entry.
Here we go. Ooh,
wow, look at
first
this.
look at the 11 lineup construction here. All right. What do you got, Mike?
Baltimore quarterback, Chicago quarterback. I don't know. We start with Buffalo.
Yeah. Do you have maybe sort by team? And
Oh yeah,
I think
yeah.
that'd probably be the way to do it.
Any position. There we go. So we roll out the Buffalo, a little mini Buffalo stack.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely tossing in D if I'm playing Buffalo to
Yeah.
the Super Bowl. So now this goes to kind of one of those things of like fitting the puzzle pieces together. So if this is what you're rolling out for Buffalo, now we're looking for a team with a nice running back tight end combo. If they weren't playing together in the first round, you would say New England
I
would
know.
fit this pretty well. You know who also would fit okay in a
Kansas City?
galaxy brain kind of? Well, Kansas City fits with everybody, but I
Yeah.
was going to say the Raiders.
Ooh.
If you were playing a Cincy upset, do you have
A Raiders upset?
or sorry, a Raiders upset?
We do. And you
So,
could honestly could do Las Vegas tight end too here, right?
right. That's what I was saying. So you basically are filling together your AFC kind of starting lineup. And then so in this scenario, you're playing, you know, Bills beat the Patriots, you're playing the Raiders win, and then the Chiefs win. So then what happens is you get Raiders versus Tennessee, and then you get Buffalo versus Kansas City. So you're still live for a Buffalo Raiders AFC championship game.
I like that. I like that. All right. So that is all of the positions on the AFC side of things, at least how I'm building.
Right. And there's no, you know, conference, you know, requirements or anything. I just ideally am trying to set up for Super Bowl matchups.
So what do you think? We go Green Bay on the other side or Dallas on the other side?
What do you sort by team again? So I can see your entire.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry. We'll do Green Bay first because I think Green Bay I can run out the whole. Yeah.
The whole kit and caboodle.
The whole kit and caboodle. We could do. Although wait, oh yeah, there it is.
So the only thing about Green Bay, the whole kit and caboodle is obviously you're not getting points from them in round 1, and then 2, like the tight end is very weak there, so that might be a spot to pull that out.
So the tight end spot
for Green Bay, yeah. If you're,
so what if we do? And you know what? For to be more fun, let's say Dallas makes the Super Bowl.
This will be more fun.
This is more fun. We could throw the quarterback in there. I'm okay with the Dallas tight end getting there, right? Like in this build.
Yep.
The Dallas running back.
Now, here's the thing. I don't know if I would want to play Dallas to the Super Bowl without their wide receiver.
Well, let me introduce you.
Uh-oh.
Let me introduce you.
How rich. How rich.
I gotta say, the Joker was in my very first TOC pack.
Look at that.
They know how to hook me. And then would you play the Dallas running back here as well?
Yeah. If I'm playing Dallas to the Super Bowl, I want 4 games of Dallas running back. And the beauty of this, I'm sitting here pulling my hair out in the underdog drafts, deciding between Zeke and Pollard in all these drafts. Here, don't matter. You get them both.
I like that. And then, so for defense, I could play the Dallas defense and I'm just getting everybody. I also have the Green Bay defense, which I don't think is terrible because it would, although I guess no, then it's playing 2 games, right? It's winning its first round and losing its second round.
No, because you could, if LA wins or the Rams win, basically if the Bucks win, you're good for Green Bay defense. You could get a Green Bay defense versus the Cowboys in the conference championship game.
Okay, so we throw that in there. And then now we need super flex. And this is my favorite. We just pick the highest upside thing we can find.
And this is where you're just jamming your best wide receiver that you can toss in here.
So here we go. So we get Kansas City wide receiver, Cincinnati wide receiver, or Green Bay wide receiver, or even like we're not playing the Rams wide receiver in this build.
So yeah, so I guess the one caveat here, so we definitely wouldn't use Cincy wide receiver because we're playing the Raiders upset. Yeah. So
I think it's KC, right?
Yeah, KC works. I also actually no. I would probably go Green Bay wide receiver in this because you are already hoping for a Green Bay Dallas conference championship.
Right, but let me. Oh yeah, that's right. I was thinking Kansas City and Buffalo would play in the championship, but
I would basically say if you wanted to use KC wide receiver, put in Dallas D and then do a KC wide receiver one-off, or if you want to use Green Bay DST, tack on there and just make a bet on them making it to the conference championship against Dallas.
This makes sense. And one other thing to highlight too, for those of you that are unaware, we've got a serial counter right here, 1226, and that is the combination of all of your serials here, right? So all of your serials from all of your moments in this lineup, it equals 1226, which might not seem important, but that is actually a tiebreaker. So if you have the same lineup as somebody, if you have just the same total fantasy points as somebody towards the end, this will be used as a tiebreaker. So I don't think you have to, like, if you have the Raiders #1 running back versus playing like a better running back, I don't think you have to do it like that, but just something to keep in mind.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is a fun lineup because, no one's sleeping on Buffalo or Green Bay.
Right.
But playing Dallas to the Super Bowl and then playing a Raiders upset, I think is very unique. Like I do not think this lineup would be duplicated. By
I don't think a lot of people are going to have 4 Cowboys in their lineups.
Yeah, and I honestly don't think a lot of people are going to have two Raiders in it either. But they're only 4.5, 5-point dogs. I mean, if you get that right in a high scoring game, you're really cooking.
Yeah, I think so many people are going to be running out Bengals, so I like it.
Cool. Let's see here. I am good on my playoff best ball pack. If we want to wrap up with ripping and building one of mine,
let's do it.
Grip it and rip it. Chrome
just in
tab
time as the sun is going to get in my face.
All right, here we go. I am now flush with Matic. Thank you to Coop and Dylan for hooking me up.
Flush. Shared sound and everything. Nice work, man.
It is funny. I always get the emails for the StreamYard summits.
I got one today. And I was like, in what world am I going to that?
All right, Mike. I'm going to give the people what they want, which is a reveal all.
You think the people want reveal all?
I saw someone ask for reveal all. I don't give a shit, Mike. I'm revealing all.
Wow.
Oh, Buffalo QB wide receiver. Let's go.
Wow.
This looks fun. Cincy QB, Cincy wide receiver. I've been asking for it.
Wow. And since he's man.
Just be happy for me, Mike.
This is good.
Can't you just be happy?
I just don't want reveal all to be rewarded. I think that's my biggest frustration.
Well, let's build this. Let's see what we got going here. But I've been wanting this stack, and I finally got it here.
Tampa Bay wide receiver too. I missed that.
Yep. Let's see if there's any other stacks. So I'm a hodgepodge on the NFC side. The chat now thinks that reveal all gives you better packs. that you've been screwing yourself with the 1x1s. Let's see here. For tight end, what are my tight end options? I have Dallas tight end and Las Vegas tight end. I'm gonna probably play Las Vegas tight end.
Hope that game shoots
in a shootout there. I could also do. I think I got to use Green Bay running back.
Yeah, I think so too. Even Arizona running, maybe Rams running back and Rams DST.
It's funny. I can basically decide because I have Rams running back DST and Cardinals running back DST. I'm definitely getting in Tampa Bay wide receiver. I'm just jamming wide receiver points where I can.
Are you doing anything with Pittsburgh wide receiver because you don't have a ton of KC action in there?
Yeah, this is what I was just saying too, where I want to get in those points. So I think I am going to just try to get that ceiling game, even if and maybe I mean, in this scenario, I'm playing for a KC upset. I'm probably going to go, like I could do, this is.
What about the Tennessee quarterback? Just like one off that in there?
Yeah, I generally will. 3 quarterbacks is nice. If I had another Tennessee piece, that kind of is a bummer here, that I don't have another piece there.
But you basically are choosing either the Arizona running back or Rams running back, right?
Yeah. Do you know what I might do? Because I'm basically playing for a Cincy or Buffalo. I'm wondering if I should toss in Cincy tight end.
Just
and
hope since he gets 3 games.
And then I think I should pick one of my. I think I should pick one of these NFC combos: Arizona running back DST, LA running back DST, or Dallas tight end Dallas DST.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
I'm trying to think. So in this
I
one,
feel like I'd go Dallas.
Dallas, I don't have any 49ers in this lineup. I think though I should go with one of the others and get a second running back in.
Okay.
Because then otherwise I wouldn't have a round one. So I think I trust, man, I don't know what to think of this Cardinals Rams game. I think I'll go with Rams.
Okay.
I don't love it for either of them. Like if either of them win, they're most likely going on the road to Green Bay. You know what? Maybe we'll go Cardinals. Chase Edmonds a little more pass catching.
I like that. Also, Mark, I think this is a pretty good take, actually. Whenever you get 3+ of a team, you just play them.
I agree. I completely agree with that. All right. I feel pretty good about this lineup here. I basically have a Buffalo Cincy Super Bowl live, and then I kind of don't. Ideally, it's the Cardinals, but I still have some outs with Green Bay or Tampa.
Yeah, I like this. I like this. Are you minting or saving for later?
I just mint, dude.
There you go. Just mint, bro.
I just grip it and rip it.
Mint from that minting chair.
That's the good stuff. The minting chair is nice, and there's a nice imprint in it. A lot of minting.
I think so. All right, so I think I will probably be back next Friday and just showing you guys how much money we're gonna make. Like I think that's kind of how this is gonna work.
I'm actually not gonna be here next Friday, Mike.
Well,
so you're gonna be on your own.
One of us will, because I'll be sweating. Where you doing something fun?
Yeah, because I every year except last year because of COVID stuff, I meet up with my buddies for the divisional round weekend, and we got a place in Tahoe. So I'm just gonna be out there watching the games and chilling. So yeah,
that's great. I was thinking it was Vegas too, and Tahoe probably feels like the right way to travel right now.
Yeah, we got a pretty good pad there. You'd enjoy it. It has a poker table in the basement, so lots of poker. Should be a good time.
My 21-year-old self will be there.
Yeah, Mike on the Getty Images, Mike.
But yeah, hey, just a reminder, if you guys haven't if you haven't signed up for the best ball yet in the TOC streets, the prize pool is officially over 100K. So get in there if that's your jam. You can use promo code Pete or Mike. It's a $20 entry fee, which is a little bit more digestible than a lot of them. So get in there and have some fun with it. And good luck this weekend. And thanks for just being along for the journey. This has been fun. Pete and I have been talking about this now. I don't know. It's been like 8 weeks of this now, or something like that. So this has been a good time. So thanks for hanging out for this.
Yeah, and don't forget about your playoff party contest either. Like even don't have a defeatist mentality about it of like, oh, I don't have KC, Green Bay. Like, how can I win? I mean, this year's playoffs are so wide open.
Yeah.
Take a stand on one of these wild card teams that could get hot. The 49ers, the Bengals. Like pick your poison there and roll them out there, because the upside is going to be super high, $20,000 up top, and not a lot of people like the whales are going to be jamming the best plays. Even when we looked at the TOC live final lineups, basically everyone was playing Los Angeles Rams wide receiver, which I don't think was bad, but it just kind of goes to show when you have the whole lot available to you, you just kind of jam in the best plays, and there's actually an edge in willing to, sacrifice some projected points, but to get on a team that might not be as popular. So definitely build those lineups.
Yeah, and I think everybody's landing on the same takes right now too. So I do think, with it still being wide open, there's no reason not to take a couple shots, getting a little weird on some stuff, especially with a lot of these spreads being so close. So
yeah,
should be fun. Should be fun this weekend.
T-Time says he likes it when he wants more Mike and Pete collabs. We're going to start our 2-man improv show.
Dude,
improv.
I joked with Jacob. We're going to have to get a live show at Union Hall soon, because he's in that neighborhood now, I think. So Union Hall will go on right after Conor O'Malley. We'll do a TOC Top Shot show.
Sounds good. But yeah, no, we'll I won't be here next week, but we'll definitely reconvene and look at some best ball lineups. Maybe too, we could do a If anyone watching ends up having a really good sweat after the wild card round, let us know. And oh, you know what actually would be fun, Mike? What if after wild card round, like a divisional round, now I'm getting my dates messed up. Maybe after divisional round, we do a deal or no deal, like a Shark Tank thing where you come in with your lineup and you show us if you would, how much you would take to
This is
to
a
sell
great
that
idea.
lineup.
I love this. And we do need to get someone who we're not going to disclose who they are, but that is like covered. They're on camera, but you can't see who it is. And like the lights are out and they're going to like call in for what the deal is.
Yeah, we need to get a voice decoder for sure. I think is definitely the way to do it.
Yeah, we got to do this. That's a great idea. It's a great idea. All right, everybody. Good luck this weekend. Pete, you got anything you need to shout out? I'm sure you got 37 shows today. What you got?
Just 2 more. We're doing splash play here in a half hour. Chris Baggs and I going to go through the wild card slate, give some hot takes. I think we'll do an underdog draft. And I actually think we're going to give away. I have another TOC pack to give away. We're going to give that one away on splash play. So if you are looking to get another TOC pack, we'll either do it via the @splashplay Twitter account or live on the show. So keep an eye out for that. And then tonight, FFPC contest. We are doing our final strategy show with Michael Leone and Drew Dinkmeyer from Establish the Run. And it's going to get boozy. Haven't drank all week, Mike. And now I'm ready to have some fun tonight.
I forget, like, I really enjoy the FFPC contest. I appreciate you for introducing it to me. I forgot how much I enjoyed the content you threw out this week. And so I think it was Wednesday night is one of my all-time favorites. When you do the boomer projections or the boomer opto, it was a lot of fun. And then I remember this being one of the drunkest things I've ever seen in my life, the one that you're doing tonight. So I'm excited for that.
It'll be good. And I do just in my chat, I noticed my guy Clay Sutton saying the Knights of Degen are about to do a TOC pack giveaway as well. So
there we go.
If you are grinding these giveaways, it seems like a very good chance you can land on a free pack here.
Knights of Degen, you're going to get those Dillon deals, baby. I saw AJ Dillon out there.
That is the rule. If you win a Knights of Degen TOC pack, you are legally required to use Green Bay running back in your lineup.
And I think hashtag Dillon deals. I'm all in on that. I'm all in on the Dillon deals. We've got a show tomorrow. Actually, the Candy Marketplace is opening in the MLB streets. And our man Greg is really excited about that. So I think the marketplace opens at 2 Eastern. So we're gonna go live like 1:45 or whatever and just see how much money we either made or lost. It'll be a lot of fun. But outside of that, I think that's it. So hope everybody has a good weekend. Good luck. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks for a little deal or no deal.